Hi, I'm Sam Flying Kite. This is week 10 of the horror show. And today, I will be reviewing the final installment of The Deads by George Romero, of course. Survival of the Dead. The newest film from horror master George Romero picks up where Diary of the Dead leaves off. Kinda. On a small island off the coast of Delaware live two families locked in a struggle for power and control over the fate of the undead. The O'Flynn's approach the zombie plague with a shoot-to-kill attitude. The Muldoons feel that the zombies should be quarantined and kept alive in hopes that a solution will be discovered. For both families, existence on Plum Island is a nightmarish world where humans are a minority and zombies rule. So, I say kinda in the whole, it picks up where Diary leaves off. Only in one aspect, that being when you're watching Diary, there's a scene, and I didn't realize this was him until I watched Survival, and they kind of just, because I watched Survival, but it was like a long time ago, so I didn't remember. Around the middle of Survival, there's a scene where like these like army vehicles kind of like stop the RV, and the main guy is like, give me all your stuff, basically. That guy is actually like the main soldier in Survival. I would say main character, but how I kind of presented Survival makes it more kind of seem like it's not really about any soldiers, but the soldiers is kind of like the main plot that kind of serves as a subplot, even though it's so when I found that out, it was kind of like, man, maybe I was too harsh on Diary. I think if I was in a better mood, I probably would enjoy Diary a little better. But it is still what I think it is, to a degree. Maybe I'll post like an update like a year from now and see if it's still the same. But I'm talking about Survival right now, and I really like it. I really do like this movie. The things that are supposed to be funny, I find funny and such. See, in the very beginning, like, you have the option of playing, like, a 5-minute video of George Romero, and when I never saw it before, I was thinking, oh, this is probably gonna be, like, what Angus Scrimm did for Phantasm. You know, it's just him sitting and talking about the movie a bit, kind of like the guy that plays the old doctor from the original Frankenstein movie. In the very beginning of Frankenstein, stands on the stage and is like, you know, talking to the audience. He was doing, I thought it was gonna be like that, but then it was like, it was kind of funny. He's just sitting there and he's trying to talk about his new horror movie, and there's a bunch of zombies walking around, and there's this one specific one down the hallway he keeps shooting. And then at the very end, it's like, oh, okay. I mean, it's kind of funny. I mean, was it my kind of thing? It's whatever. I'm sure I probably would. It was and wasn't funny, I guess. It was funny in some aspects, not funny in other aspects, but when it's all said and done, it's like, oh, okay. Survival of the Dead's not trying to be like some uber serious movie. It's not trying to go and replicate Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead. It's trying to be, I suppose, a way of putting it, its own thing. But then again, it's like, is it really like its own thing? It's, you know, of the dead. But there's a few scenes in this movie that I just find hilarious. And it's like he made Dawn and Day, and they have some funny moments, but overall those are more kind of trying to be like serious. Survival, he just starts kind of playing like, you know, some seriousness, but you know, it's funny. It's, you know, it's just funny times. So I'll tell you one scene that I just find hilarious. So Alright, so in the very beginning of the movie, the Flynns get kicked off the island, and they're basically, for I don't know how long they're there, like a couple of weeks or whatever, on this like boat dock, and there's a bunch of boats and whatnot, and so the soldiers go to the boat. The soldiers are, trying to find that guy to be like, hey, where are you trying to get to, or whatever. Because the guy's like, the main old O'Flynn is posting like stuff on the internet somehow. On the web somehow. Before the soldiers get there, the O'Flynns are in like one of the buildings, and there's this guy, this Asian guy who's on the top of the building fishing, because they're next to the ocean, and he brings he's like, got a big one, and there's like some zombie that comes up, and I don't necessarily remember if he gets a gun, he shoots the zombie, kills the zombie, and as he's rolling the fishing line back up, he swings it back and tries to bring it back. He's like, oh, something, what the heck? And there's a zombie he pulls up, and then they both just fall off into the water. It's like, that was really funny. But it's like, you're not really gonna see that in Dawn of the Dead or Day of the Dead unless there's something cherry-picking worthy, It would be like, I can't even really think. It's like, you could look at a funny moment in Dawn of the Dead, and it's not the same. Like, this is goofy funny. This is like, okay, it's like, oh, okay, this is like, it's just funny just because it itself is funny. But like in Dawn of the Dead, if there was something that was funny, it's, it's not like trying to be goofy. It's trying to be like, I don't know. I'm trying to find the right terms. It's funny, but it's not like goofy. It's not silly. It's, it's just funny. But this, a lot of this funny scenes are kind of goofy, a little silly, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing. That's a part of it. So, is this a movie I'm gonna ever watch again? I think so. Is it gonna be tonight? Tomorrow? Oh, maybe not. Probably not. But like, sometime down the road, this would be just a fun movie to put on in the background. So I think to rank all the of the dead, since we're here, it's from the worst to the best, because it's 6 movies. It's Survival. No, my bad. It's not Survival. It's Diary of the Dead. That's last. Survival. Land. Night. Dawn and Day. Although, to be fair and honest, Dawn and Day could be switched around a year from now, kind of thing. Because Dawn and Day are just so great, in my personal opinion. Aspects of Land and Night could be switched, but not really. I think that's kind of stuck how it is. But, yeah. I'm Sam, Flying Kite. This was week 10 of the horror show. And I did Survival of the Dead. And I think my biggest struggle is to find a good thumbnail for this, because there's not really a lot on IMDb. It's gonna be a bit of a good luck, I think. But anyway, I will see y'all next week, starting a new thing. It's gonna be a trilogy though, and it's not necessarily a trilogy in of itself being the first, second, and third one, but it's just 3 movies that are all, 2 of them are related. Technically 2 of them are the same universe, but ultimately they're based off the same source material. So yeah, I'll see y'all then, hopefully. Bye.